Welcome to the deep dive. We're stepping back into the innovation perspective today.
Yeah, where we dig into those groundbreaking strategies and, entrepreneurs really changing the business world.
Exactly. So if you're a founder or maybe just really curious about what's coming next, well, you're definitely in the right place.
And for this deep dive, we're really honing in on something critical, the relationship between entrepreneurs and artificial intelligence. It's evolving so fast.
It really is. We've gone through, honestly, a ton of articles, different research papers, all looking at how AI is shaking things up for entrepreneurs right now and, well, looking ahead too.
And our mission here for you listening is to give you a clear map, essentially. How can you actually use AI strategically, for real growth, better efficiency?
But also keeping your eyes open.
Right. Being mindful of the, let's say, potential bumps in the road and finding that healthy balance.
Okay, so with that innovation perspective lens firmly on, let's jump in. How is AI fueling these strategies? We're starting with this idea of AI as like a new co-pilot for entrepreneurs.
A co-pilot, yeah. It offers huge opportunities, definitely. But like any powerful tool, you need to understand it, know how to wield it effectively.
So where's the advantage? Where does AI really shine for entrepreneurs right now?
Well, a big one is just the sheer range of advantages. Think about all those daily tasks, the ones that just soak up so much time.
The admin stuff.
Exactly. Repetitive admin, data entry. AI is getting really good at automating that.
Right. Things like scheduling those first initial customer contacts, managing spreadsheets. You mentioned Pipedrive's AI sales assistant.
Yeah, for lead nurturing, for example. But the real point here isn't just saving a few minutes.
No, it's bigger than that.
It's about entrepreneurs getting their focus back, their energy, which is, let's face it, finite.
So they can redirect that towards the big picture stuff, the
Yeah.
vision, building key relationships, things AI can't do.
Precisely. That reallocation, that's a fundamental shift.
Yeah.
Especially for, lean startups.
Yeah, limited bandwidth. And it goes beyond just automating tasks, right? It's also about understanding the market.
Oh, absolutely. AI is transforming how entrepreneurs can actually grasp the market they're in.
So like analyzing huge data sets, things that used to be only for the big players.
Exactly. Market trends, customer behavior shifts, competitor moves. AI algorithms can process all that data incredibly fast.
Got an example.
Sure, think of an e-commerce startup. They could use AI on their past sales data to figure out optimal inventory levels or forecast future demand much more accurately, less waste, better planning.
So it's like democratizing advanced analytics.
That's a great way to put it. Startups can now spot niche opportunities or underserved segments with a precision that, used to require a whole data science team, allows for potentially less competitive entry points.
Interesting. Okay, what about speeding up actual product development?
Another huge area, AI is helping with coding, generating design ideas, even drafting initial business plans. It's really compressing those development cycles.
So these AI native startups,
Yeah.
the ones built with AI from the ground up,
Yeah, they're often hitting product market fit with much leaner teams.
which means lower upfront costs, maybe more capital efficient growth, faster iteration.
Definitely. And then there's customer engagement. Marketing, super important today.
Personalization is key.
It's everything. And AI is the engine for that. It analyzes customer data to help you tailor messaging, product recommendations, the whole experience.
Leading to better engagement, more loyalty.
That's the goal. We mentioned Pipedrive's AI, again, personalizing outreach, but doing it at scale, making each customer feel kind of seen without the founder having to manually manage every single touch point.
Makes sense.
And then there's just the overall operational efficiency,
Yeah.
streamlining workflows, optimizing how you use resources, even helping with things like accounting.
Like Intuit Assist for bookkeeping.
Yeah, or identifying new leads.
Yeah.
It all adds up.
And the key thing with these efficiencies,
Yeah.
it frees up resources, right?
Yeah.
Time, money.
Which you can then reinvest strategically, put it back into the things AI can't replicate easily, like really understanding your customers on an emotional level, building solid partnerships, maybe even dreaming up completely new business models.
Okay, so AI is definitely a powerful toolkit. Let's get practical. You mentioned Google NotebookLM. What's the deal with that? It sounds useful for the research side of things.
It really is. Its core strength is it gets deeply familiar with the specific documents you give it. It's all about analysis and synthesis of your material.
Okay, so how does that help me day to day as an entrepreneur?
Well, think about the sheer amount of reading you have to do. Industry reports, academic papers, competitor stuff, even business books like Built to Last.
Right, it's a lot.
NotebookLM can ingest all that and summarize it, pull out the core ideas, the recurring themes, saves you huge amounts of reading and highlighting time.
So it combats that information overload. I feed it my research, it gives me the gist.
It's more than just a gist, though. It helps you organize it all. You can create different notebooks, maybe one for marketing strategies, another for investor pitches, and keep all the relevant research tidy.
Turning scattered notes into actual intelligence.
Kinda, yeah. The real power is synthesizing that info quickly, building a deep, evidence-based understanding much faster. You might even spot connections you'd otherwise miss.
Okay. What else can it do?
It helps pull out actionable advice. You can ask it specific questions about your documents, like, based on these reports, what are the main hurdles for entering this market?
And it answers based only on what I uploaded.
Exactly. And it usually provides citations so you know where the answer came from.
Like a research assistant who shows their work. What about teamwork? Startups are rarely solo acts.
Good point. The Plus version allows for shared notebooks so teams can collaborate on research. And there's an audio overviews feature.
Audio?
Yeah, it can generate a sort of podcast-style discussion about your documents. Yeah. Good for absorbing info on the go or sharing with the team in a different way.
That's pretty neat. But I guess the quality of the output depends entirely on the quality of what I put in.
That's the crucial bit. It's source-grounded. Garbage in, garbage out, essentially. So it's powerful for processing info, but it doesn't replace the skill of finding and vetting good sources in the first place. AI makes good research more valuable. It doesn't replace it.
Got it. So NotebookLM is great for deep dives into specific docs, but you mentioned a broader toolkit.
Absolutely. There's a whole ecosystem out there. Think about meeting management tools. They record, transcribe, summarize automatically.
Saves tons of time.
Presentation tools that build slides from text, content creation tools helping with SEO-optimized writing, AI in email, sales, lead gen, finance, software development, even website builder.
Wow, okay. That's a lot. How do you even choose? It sounds kind of overwhelming.
And that's the shift, right? It's not just about having access anymore. The real skill, the opportunity, is in strategically picking and mixing, curating your own AI stack.
Like AI orchestration.
Exactly. Making sure the tools you choose actually work together effectively to hit your specific business goals. And always, always guided by human judgment.
Okay, so AI, as this powerful co-pilot, lots of advantages. But you mentioned bumps in the road. We need to talk about the risks, right? What happens if you rely too much on it?
This is where we need that balance, the tightrope walk. Because, yeah, uncritical or just excessive AI dependence, it can bring real risks. Cognitive, psychological, even ethical ones.
Okay, let's start with the cognitive side. How does it affect how we think?
Well, the big concern is something called cognitive offloading.
Offloading, like outsourcing our thinking.
Pretty much. When we constantly let AI do the thinking, the analysis, the evaluation, our own skills in those areas can weaken. Research suggests if we trust AI outputs too readily, we engage less in that deep, independent thought.
And for an entrepreneur who needs to analyze complex stuff, make tough calls.
That's a significant business risk, right? If your ability to judge info or spot subtle market shifts starts to fade, that impacts the whole venture's adaptability.
And it's not just thinking, it's skills too, like actual abilities.
Exactly, skill atrophy. If AI consistently handles strategic planning or writing compelling copy or even coding, those core entrepreneurial skills can diminish. It's the classic use it or lose it.
The kind of mental complacency. What about creativity, innovation? That feels very human.
It does, and that's a potential challenge. AI is great at spotting patterns in existing data and generating variations. Useful for brainstorming, maybe?
Yeah.
But over-relying on it could stifle true originality. You might end up just tweaking AI ideas instead of developing genuinely novel concepts. And if everyone's using similar AI tools...
You get a strategic echo chamber. Everyone converges on similar ideas.
Potentially, yeah. Which isn't great for competitive differentiation.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Let's talk about the entrepreneur's mind. Stress, anxiety. How does AI play into that?
It's definitely a factor, this rapid pace of AI change, its growing presence. It can cause real AI-related anxiety.
Like fear of your skills becoming obsolete.
Yeah, or just constant pressure to learn the next new tool, adding to an already packed schedule.
You mentioned the black box problem earlier, too, that lack of transparency. What's the psychological hit there?
Right, the black box. Not always knowing why an AI recommends something, entrepreneurs usually want to understand the reasoning behind big decisions.
Sure, you want to feel in control.
Exactly. Relying on insights you don't fully understand can create unease, erode confidence in your own judgment. It can feel like a challenge to your sense of agency.
That uncertainty. Yeah, I can see how that would be unsettling. What about just the sheer number of tools? Does that cause stress?
Oh, definitely. Information overload, tech overwhelm. It's real. That fear of missing out, FOMO.
Leads to maybe adopting tools impulsively without a real strategy.
Precisely. You end up with this messy, inefficient tech stack, which just adds more stress and wastes resources.
It sounds like just keeping up could become a job in itself. And work-life balance. AI is supposed to help there, but could it actually make it worse?
That's a real risk. The promise is automation, yes. But the reality can be pressure to be always on, always connected, always tweaking the AI, monitoring its output.
Blurring those lines even further.
Yeah, significantly increasing burnout risk, which is already high for entrepreneurs. It's like you delegate to the tireless AI, but then feel you have to be just as tireless managing it.
And that feeling of losing personal agency you touched on.
For founders used to being hands-on, delegating core functions to algorithms, it can feel like losing control. It takes a real psychological adjustment to see AI as an enabler that supports your judgment, not something that replaces it.
These are really important things to consider. So given all this potential and these pitfalls, how do entrepreneurs actually strike that balance? How do you cultivate a healthy relationship with AI?
It really requires moving beyond just adopting AI tools to actively cultivating a balanced strategy.
So being more intentional.
Exactly. Using frameworks for wise adoption, consciously protecting and enhancing our uniquely human skills, and, crucially, looking after our own digital well-being in this tech-heavy world. The goal is amplification, not replacement.
Okay, let's unpack that. Frameworks for mindful integration. What does that look like in practice?
Well, one useful one is the lean AI growth loop. It's iterative. You identify a specific challenge, hypothesize how AI might help, implement a small, minimum viable AI solution to test it.
Like a small experiment.
Right. Then you measure the results, learn, and iterate. It minimizes risk, lets you learn quickly. Great for startups.
Instead of a massive upfront AI investment. That makes sense. Any others?
There's the customer-centric AI blueprint. That involves mapping AI tools to different stages of the customer journey: acquisition, engagement, retention, always asking how AI adds value for the customer.
Okay.
And the operational efficiency engine framework focuses on using AI for internal repetitive tasks, freeing up your people for higher value strategic work.
So these all emphasize a focused, strategic approach, not just tech for tech's sake. Are there underlying principles?
Definitely. People sometimes talk about 4 pillars of AI strategy: data capability, having the right info; AI model capability, picking the right tools; infrastructure, having the tech to run it; and governance, the ethical rules and oversight.
Governance sounds important.
It is, but fundamentally, it's about strategic alignment. Does this AI initiative actually serve your core business goals? Start small, define the problem clearly, and focus relentlessly on data quality.
Be intentional, start small, focus on data. Got it. Now, we talked about what AI can do. How do we make sure we don't lose our human edge?
The key is collaboration, not replacement. Think of AI as a powerful partner that enhances our skills.
Okay, so leverage the strengths of both.
Exactly. AI handles the massive data processing, the repetitive tasks. Humans bring the critical thinking, creativity, empathy, ethical judgment.
How do we actively nurture that collaboration?
Cultivate a beginner's mindset. Be curious, willing to learn. Invest in practical AI literacy training for the whole team. And, this is critical, develop skills specifically for evaluating AI outputs.
Like fact-checking the AI, questioning its assumptions.
Yes, and refining its suggestions. Plus, setting up clear governance, clear human oversight, so human expertise always guides the strategy.
Developing AI intuition while trusting our human judgment.
Oh.
Okay, but managing all this tech, it can be draining. What about the founder's digital well-being?
Super important. First step is just acknowledging any AI-related stress or anxiety you might feel. It's okay to feel it.
On then.
Practices like mindfulness, meditation can help immensely. Some tools even use neurofeedback or HRV training to build focus and resilience.
So, actively managing your mental state. What about practical boundaries?
Absolutely essential. Things like time blocking dedicated slots for AI tasks, not letting it bleed everywhere, doing mindful tech audits like Marie Kondoing your AI stack. Does this tool really serve me?
Like that.
scheduling actual digital detox periods, and consciously reframing how you see AI as a partner, not a threat. Focus on what you can control.
And connect with others going through the same thing.
Definitely. Seek support, share experiences. It all helps maintain balance.
These are great practical tips.
Hmm.
Okay, looking ahead now. AI isn't standing still. What future trends should entrepreneurs have on their radar?
It's moving incredibly fast. We're seeing the rise of AI agents.
Agents. What are those?
Think autonomous systems. AI that can take on complex goals, plan a marketing campaign, manage a supply chain with much less direct human input.
Wow. So less instruction, more delegation of outcomes.
Kind of. And AI super apps, unified interfaces bringing multiple AI tools together seamlessly. Plus just continued leaps in AI intelligence, reasoning, and multimodality, AI understanding text, images, audio all together.
So AI becomes less of a tool, more of an autonomous collaborator. What does that mean for the entrepreneur's role?
It likely shifts, maybe less direct doing, more conducting an AI-augmented team. We'll need skills in effectively managing these intelligent systems.
And that could change how startups scale. Maybe impact VC funding.
Potentially, smaller teams might achieve big milestones faster with AI leverage. That could shift early-stage funding dynamics.
Interesting. So as AI handles more, what skills become most essential for entrepreneurs to stay ahead?
Adaptability and agility are number one. The field will keep changing. Understanding responsible AI, ethical implementation, that's huge.
Lifelong learning, obviously.
Absolutely. Critical thinking, complex problem solving, data literacy, those fundamentals remain key. And counterintuitively, perhaps, those uniquely human skills become even more valuable.
Like creativity, emotional intelligence.
Communication, collaboration, networking, and knowing how to talk to AI effectively, prompt engineering is becoming a real skill. The future entrepreneur is likely a hybrid thinker, a system designer.
Blending tech know-how with deep human skills.
Okay. This has been a really fascinating dive into this whole AI entrepreneur relationship. It's clear there's huge potential, but it needs careful thought. What's the main takeaway for listeners?
Yeah, I think the core message is this. AI is incredibly powerful for entrepreneurs, but unlocking that power requires a mindful, balanced approach. Always keep the human element front and center,
Use AI strategically for growth, for efficiency.
while actively nurturing your unique human skills. And don't forget digital well-being in this tech-driven world. Keep learning, keep adapting. That's essential.
Great summary. And one final thought to leave people with as they think about their own AI journey.
Maybe this. Consider how you can start consciously shaping your own AI and me story. How can you use it to build a business that's not just innovative, but also resilient and, well, human?
Thank you for listening, and please like, follow, and subscribe.